Hi, I'm Richard, CEO of Media Science. What does Media Science do? We unify data. What's that all about? Well, you may have heard of big data as a phrase that gets thrown around a lot. IBM came up with the so-called 3 V's of big data: volume, variety and velocity. We address the variety problem in big data. What does that imply in English? Just the sheer stack, myriad different data sources that are out there that businesses are trying to get hold of. We solve that problem and, if you like, hide the complexity for those guys. So that's what we do in a nutshell. How long have we been going? We launched in September of last year. We've been in development for about 9 months before then. We got our first paying clients before Christmas last year. We're working with some extremely large organisations now, people like Bacardi Group brands on a global basis for a number of their different brands. Also Hall & Partners Communications Agency, we're powering a dashboard product for them, and that product's being used by Cadbury and soon to be used by a couple of UK banks, UEFA, and some other very large companies. So that's going well.
That's great. Richard, so where do you see yourself in, say, 3 years' time?
Where I see myself, or the business in 3 years' time, my vision is to be, it's a bit hackneyed, but the Intel inside for data. So we're a middleware layer for data. I don't care if no one's ever heard of us at the front end of the user level, but we'll be powering data services for the likes of, Oracle, IBM, Microsoft, and we're having very detailed conversations with those guys right now. So that's our vision, the Intel inside for data.
Okay. And to a job seeker, why would you say it's great to work for you?
I think we're in a great space. I think data is really interesting. I think we're just at the start of the journey. I think the world is waking up to data. And I mean, when I say the world, the non-geek world, so business users are starting to get their head around data, and that creates a lot of opportunity for businesses like ours. I think we're solving a hard problem, so it's intellectually challenging, and I think genuinely we're a really interesting place to work. We're a challenging place to work. We expect high standards, we expect great work, but for those people who've got a bit about them and want to make a dent in the world, I think we're quite a good place to play.
Could you tell us of the technology stacks that you use and what roles you are recruiting for today?
Yes, sure. So we're based on .NET stack and C#.NET within that, and then various iterations around the .NET stack, so that's very much our play. We're not necessarily religious about that. It's just happened that our CTO is extremely experienced and comfortable with that stack. We also have a very strong infrastructure relationship partnership with Microsoft, so kind of just line that stuff up. But as I say, we're not religious, and we have endless, it seems, conversations with Oracle wanting us to develop in Java, and a bunch of other companies that want us to develop using different stacks. So we might change, but right now it's very much the .NET stack. The roles that we're recruiting today 2 roles. One is the role of data curator. So that's sort of like a semi-coding role. It's a bit of a blend of coding and commercial, and that'll be working directly with our clients and also with the dev team, just making sure the data is doing what it's supposed to do. So that's a really interesting role. That's a new role for us. The other role is lead C# developer, and that would be very much a leadership position in our business. We currently have a CTO and 2 lead developers. This would be the 3rd lead developer of 4 that we'll hire. So quite a big role. Quite a big role in the business.
Okay. And what makes your company stand out from the rest?
So, good question. We think long and hard about what it's like to work with us, and we see a lot of, if I'm honest, quite boring businesses approaching this problem in quite a boring way. And I don't just mean about branding, although anyone who looks at our branding will see there's a bit of personality about the business. But we just think about how do real people want this problem resolved and try and put a solution in front of them, like, in that vein. Easier said than done. And we're extremely curious. We use the word agility, or words agility and agnosticism a lot. And that's really important to us. So for us, it's about finding the right solution for a client and not being pegged actually to a particular technology or a storage type or a this or a that. We don't really care. What we care about is, okay, what does this use case, what does this client want from us? So what's the best package that delivers that to them? So I think that's, in our space, that's quite different.
Okay. Could you tell us an interesting fact to make you stand out to job seekers?
Oh God, I don't know. We play table tennis with cricket bats.
Okay, fair enough. And what are you looking for as an experience from the job fair today? What are you looking for?
Talent, people, simple as that. We're not massive fans of recruitment consultants. We've been burnt there before. Our last hire, who's here today, was hired through a startup fair type Silicon Mill roundabout. So we're excited to see who comes through the door. That's it, really.
That's great. Thank you very much for that, and thank you very much for participating in the job fair.
You're welcome. All right. Cheers.